Hi, families and scholars. Last week we worked on solving subtraction number stories. We completed a number sentence, a picture, and a number bond that matched the story. Scholars did a great job drawing pictures and creating number sentences that matched the story. Something that we struggled with a bit was completing a number bond that matched the story. So that will be our focus for today, making sure that we complete a number bond that matches our number story. To get us started, we're going to warm up our brains with a fluency activity. We're going to be completing number bonds that match the picture. So if you have paper and pencil at home, go ahead and get it out so that you can follow along. Let's get started with the first one. What do you notice? Yes, I have 3 triangles and I have 2 circles. How many shapes do I have in all? Correct. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes in all. I can complete a number bond that matches this picture. I'm going to start with the hole. To find the hole, I follow the 2 paths that lead right to the hole. This is where the 2 paths meet. The number that goes in the hole is the total number of objects that we have. So we said that there were 5 shapes. So I'm going to write the number 5 in the hole of the number bond because that's my total. That's how many shapes I have in all. Next, I'm going to fill in the 2 parts. The 2 parts are the 2 sets of objects that make up the whole. In my first part, I'm going to write the number 3. 3 represents the 3 triangles that I have. In the next part, I'm going to write the number 2. 2 represents the 2 circles that I have. 3 and 2 make 5. Check your number bond and see if you got the same thing. Let's try with one more picture. Let's look at the shapes. I have 2 squares and 1 hexagon. How many shapes do I have in all? I have 1, 2, 3 shapes in all. 3 is the total amount of shapes that I have in all. Now we can complete the number bond. Remember, to find the hole, we can just follow the path, which are the 2 lines that lead to the hole. Our hole is the total number of objects that we have. In this picture, we have 3 shapes. So I'm going to write the number 3 in the hole. Now I can fill in my 2 parts. In the first part, I'm going to write the number 2. 2 represents the 2 squares that I have. In my second part, I'm going to write the number 1. 1 represents the 1 hexagon that I have. 2 and 1 make 3. My number bond matches my picture perfectly. I have 3 shapes in all, so the number 3 is inside of my hole. I have 2 squares, and I have 1 hexagon. 2 and 1 make 3. Now let's get started with our number story for today. First, I'm going to read the number story to figure out what's happening. The number story says that we have 6 balls on the playground. 4 balls went over the fence. How many balls do we have left? Now I'm going to retell the story in my own words. I know that we started with 6 balls, and 4 of them went over the fence. We're trying to figure out how many are left. Now, I went ahead and drew my 6 balls. I drew the picture because our focus is on the number bond for today. So I know that we have 6 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to label it just to make sure that it's correct. Now it says 4 went over the fence. So I'm going to Take away 4 by crossing them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can see that there are 1, 2 balls left. Now let's focus on completing a number bond that matches this story. I'm going to start off by finding the number that goes in the hole, or finding my hole. Remember, the hole is the total amount of objects that you start with, or the total amount of objects you have in all. So we started with 6 balls, so the number 6 goes in the hole. Now I can find the 2 parts. The story problem said that 4 went over the fence. So I'm going to write the number 4 in my first part, and I'm going to cross it out to show that we took those away. In my last part, I can write the number 2, because that's how many balls were left. Let me make sure that my number bond matches the story. I can retell my story by using my number bond. I had 6 balls. 4 went over the fence. 2 were left. 6, take away 4, is 2. My number bond matches my story perfectly. Last, I'll write a number sentence to match. 6, take away 4 equals 2. Today we worked on solving a subtraction number story, and we focused on creating a number bond that matched the story. For today, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to solve a subtraction number story and focus on creating a number bond that matches that story. Afterwards, you'll upload your work to Seesaw, and you're going to record yourself retelling the subtraction story using your number bond. So it will look like this. You'll hold up your work, and you'll use your number bond to tell your story. I had 6 balls. 4 went over the fence, and I had 2 left. See how I used my number bond to retell my story? When you record yourself today, you're going to use your number bond to retell your subtraction number story. Your story for today is there are 7 butterflies in my yard. 6 of the butterflies fly away. How many butterflies are left in my yard? Remember to listen to the story 2 times. Still draw a picture and create a number sentence that matches the number story, but spend your time focusing on creating a number bond that matches the story. When you are finished, hold up your work to the camera, click record, and record yourself retelling your subtraction number story using your number bond, just as I did.